Hey fourth graders, good morning, good afternoon, depending on what time you're watching this lesson. Happy Wednesday. Today is November 4th, and in the writing classroom you're going to learn about homophones, or this will be a brand new lesson or review for you. Hopefully you've gone over this in first, second, and third grade. And if you didn't, that's totally okay as well. You're going to be learning about homophones in fourth, fifth, sixth, and all the way up into high school. Let's get started. You're going to be following along the slides with me. We're going to be going over different homophones. So at this time, when we go through the slides, you're just listening and focusing on the lesson and you're paying attention. Then when it's time to work in Seesaw, I will let you know you're going to add a response and you're going to have the 4 pages of notes. Page 1 you'll complete with me by filling in the blanks of the homophones definition by moving the text boxes. And then page 2, 3, and 4 you complete by yourself by selecting the correct word to complete each sentence. Then when you're done with 1 through 4, these 4 pages, you'll click the green check mark to turn it in. Your follow-up work will be the homophone 1 through 10 Google Form task cards, and you'll make a 70 or above on the task cards. Then we're going to listen and watch a homophones vocabulary video. So let's get started. At this time you're just watching. I'll let you know when it's time to work on the Seesaw notes, the 4 pages. Your objective for this lesson: I will correctly use frequently confused homophones in my writing. Homophones are words that sound alike but have different spellings and meanings. For example, there is a pear that is good to eat, right here, a fruit. Then I use a pair of gloves because I have 2 hands, right here. Pay attention to see how the following homophones are spelled. So you're just watching right now. Your and you are. Some people might say your, but you are is a contraction. That means you are. The apostrophe is in between the you and the are, meaning it's a combination of the words you and are. You are invited to a sleepover this weekend. Whenever it's written with the apostrophe between the you and the are, you have to read it as 2 separate words. You are, and that's a giveaway. That if you're using the spelling, you're referring to 2 words, you are. Your, spelled Y-O-U-R, is used when talking about something that a person owns. Don't forget to bring your sleeping bag and pillow to the sleepover. We have week and week. There are 7 days in a week, referring to a day of the week. Notice how the spelling is different, meaning they have 2 separate meanings each word. She has been sick and is still weak, meaning no energy. There, and they are. But once again, some people might say there for this last one, but it's 2 separate words. Let's start with the first spelling. T-H-E-R-E. There is used when talking about a place or idea. The kids set the tent up over there. And notice in that spelling, we have the word there. If you take away the T, you have the word here, referring to a location, a place. So with the spelling, T-H-E-R-E, if you need to know which correct spelling to use, if you're wanting to talk about a place or location, you have to make sure that you remember that the word here is in the word there. So here, meaning place or idea. The next spelling, T-H-E-I-R, is used when talking about ownership. The kids ate their s'mores by the fire. T-H-E-I-R, once again, is dealing with ownership, if something belongs to someone. Then, the last spelling of there is actually they are. They are is a contraction for the words they are. They are going fishing on the camping trip. Notice how I read it as 2 separate words. They all have different spellings, different meanings, but they sound the same. You have to become an expert to know which homophones to use in your writing and identify if you have to work on task cards or anything homophones related in my class, knowing which one to use in the sentence based on the meaning of each of the words. And once again, the word here is part of the word there, meaning here is a location. That's your hints. They are going to be last if they don't hurry. The books are right there, meaning the location, the placement. Halloween is their favorite holiday. We have tell and tell. They're spelled differently. They have different meanings. I love the fairy tale, Cinderella, referring to a story. The fox has a bushy tail, referring to a body part of an animal. Hole in hole. The golf ball went in the hole. Look at her illustration, meaning a place in the ground, like that's been dug up. I ate the whole pizza, referring to an entire pizza, all of it. Different spelling, different meaning, they sound the same. You have to know exactly which one to use. Hour and hour, there are 60 minutes in an hour. Our class is going to the museum. Through and through, we are swimming through the water. She threw the ball to her brother. We are swimming through the water refers to like passing by something. She threw the ball to her brother. This spelling refers to the action, like you're passing it to someone. 4 and 4. What do you want for lunch? It's a connecting word. It's a conjunction. The word for is a conjunction word, special kind of word. Then I see 4 apples refers to the number. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 and 8. I cannot believe I ate the whole thing, meaning the past tense of eating, like you've already done it. Then there are 8 cars in the parking lot, referring to the number. 8 cars. So and so, he runs so fast. Will you please sew on the button? This last example, SEW, refers to the action. When you get a thread and needle and you are sewing something, the action, it's a verb. And then SO is not a verb. C and C, do you see the teacher? Meaning viewing, looking. The ship travels on the sea, meaning a body of water. Notice how they sound the same, but they're spelled differently. And they have different meanings. Flour and flour. I use flour to make cookies, like an ingredient in the kitchen. Then I put the flour in the vase, referring to a plant. 2, 2, and 2, they sound the same. They all have different meanings. The first 2 is a connecting word. The farmer is going to feed the animals. You use it when you connect words in a sentence, and it has 1 O. TOO is used in place of the word also. It can mean a lot. So the word also and a lot are synonyms. They're cousins or primos of the word to, with 2 O's. TOO. Living on a farm is a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun too. So whenever you use the word TOO, or we have to decide which 2 to use, if it's spelled with 2 O's, it's referring to the word also and a lot. You plug it in. TWO is used when talking about the number 2. They are 2 pigs that live on the farm. The baby has 2 new teeth, referring to the number of teeth. I have too much homework, meaning a lot of homework. Astronauts went to the moon as a connecting word. Then let's look at the first example. I will choose to take the advice. Notice how in this slide it's spelled CHEWS, but it should be CHOOSE. Please wait for me. The first spelling on this slide is referring to pounds, like the weight of someone, how much something is, like the heaviness of it. The spelling that we need to use in red, WAIT, meaning you have to be patient, you have to be waiting for someone. Then we have the sun is very bright today. This one's referring to a kid. And we have to use the one that's referring to the sun, related to the solar system. Then we have what is the main idea, and I need a new pair of shoes, and we have to use the spelling MAIN, and then I need a new pair, not talking about fruit. And then can you find 8 mistakes in these sentences, we have the word 8, and it needs to be referring to the number. So now we're going to watch the vocabulary video. Please enjoy, 4th graders.
Ayo, I'm the greatest rapper. No, not that kind of rapper. Homophones, let me talk to 'em. Yo, hey, let's play a little game. With words spelled differently that sound the same. And their meanings are different. And you'll hear them right here, for instance. Let's take two and two. 3 different words. Which one should you use? Listen, two is a preposition. It shows the relationship between people, places, and things. So we can say Stella went to the store, and to the mall, and to the seashore. Or what about two? That's a synonym for also, in addition, or more than one. And yup, thought so. Like Stella bought cupcakes too. If that's too many desserts, she can call up her crew of 2 or 3 friends. That's a number, y'all see. Looks like Stella's having a party. They're all gonna be there doing their thing. That's a lot going on. Are y'all following? There is a contraction of they and are, while there shows location or place. There you are. And there means belonging to or ownership. And there are plenty more words that we wanna flip. But instead of doing too many, let's take it to the hook. Are the 2 of y'all ready?
Homophones, homographs, homonyms, commonly confused words. Let's begin. I live by a stage where bands play live. I could sit on the stairs and stare all night until the sun rises and sheds its light. Then I'll light a barbecue and cook up a bite. I'll get married someday and walk down the aisle. If it's on the island, I'll walk on the aisle.
Now some words are spelled the same, but sound different and have different meanings. Look around. You can feel the wind when you wind your kite string, and if it flies high, then you're doing the right thing. But what about Bryson playing bass? Then he fished for bass, and he stuffed his face. Or maybe you get a present for your birthday, then show up to school to present on Thursday. Some words sound and are spelled the same, but have different meanings. Let me explain. Okay. Your dog can bark at the tree bark, or you can light a match if it gets dark, to shed a little light on your tennis match. And there are plenty more words that you can catch. Like you can lie down on your down blanket, or pet your pet until it starts shaking. To tell the difference between these words when you're reading, look for clues and observe the sentences and the other ones nearby that show which word is being used and why.
Homophones, homographs, homonyms, commonly confused words. Let's begin. Like I have a tree trunk in the trunk of my car, and I park it at the park. I don't wanna drive far. I read the red book and I'll read it again while I eat a pair of pears down to the steps. Whether or not the weather is nice, I'm allowed to read aloud over beats on a mic.
I read this sentence. There was a bat flying around the attic. Does the author mean there was a magical baseball bat flying through the air? Or an animal? I don't know.
Hey, that's awesome. That's a jam right there. So now at this time, we've gone over the slides, we've listened to the vocabulary video and watched it. Now we're going to go to Seesaw. Homophones are blank or more that sound the blank but have different spellings and blanks. So we're going to drag meanings right here. So at this time, add a response in Seesaw and follow along with me. Drag 2 right here. Same right here. And then words right there. And then we're done with page 1. You're doing this with me. Homophones, once again, are 2 or more words that sound the same but have different spellings and meanings. So pause and complete page 1 by dragging the text boxes to the correct spot. Then we have page 2, 3, and 4. What you're going to do is you're going to get the marker, select any color that you want, and you're going to read the instructions. Which homophone would correctly complete each sentence? For the first one, I'll do with you. Blank welcome. Is it you're welcome or you are welcome? For this one, it's going to be you are welcome. You circle it, Then you write the word in the blank. Ooh, I'm proud of myself. That's really good. And you're going to complete, I forgot my homework. Is it 2, 2, or 2? I had to write my spelling words. Which spelling is it? Welcome to our classroom. Which spelling do you use? Which word? I had a knot in my shoelaces. Which spelling do you use? Which word? There are 4 students absent today. Which spelling? So you're going to complete page 2, 3, and 4 by yourself by circling the word, and then plugging it in and writing it in, the blank. Then you click the green check mark when you're done. And then that'll be the lesson for homophones. Thank you for watching. Then your follow-up work is going to be the homophone task cards 1 through 10, in which you'll have a sentence and you'll do the same thing. Select the correct word to fill in the blank. I would like a piece of apple pie, please. Which spelling do you use? At this time, complete the 4 pages. You completed 1 with me. Page 2, 3, and 4 you complete by yourself. I'm going to make sure that you complete this. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, 4th graders.